Hello YouTube friends, this is Dr. Teresa Ulrich here with you. Thank you so much for joining us on our journey to Africa. Here I am with my husband and we're preparing to depart for our trip, and it's just before we're getting ready to leave for the airport. We departed from O'Hare Airport in Chicago and took a flight a little over 1.5 hours to Atlanta, Georgia. We arrived at Atlanta International Airport, and I was astounded with how huge this airport is. It's considered one of the busiest and largest international airports in the world, and it is really huge and difficult to get around in. The airport inside offers different modes of transportation to get from one area to another. So of course we have escalators, elevators, moving sidewalks, but Atlanta also has its own transit system, sort of like a tram or subway built inside of the airport, because one atrium to another can be several miles apart. It took us about 45 minutes to get to our gate. And while we were waiting, we saw that we were going to be loading into a huge jumbo jet, a Delta 777. I've never seen such a large airplane before, and it was quite packed. So we were mentally prepared for our approximately 15.5-hour trip from Atlanta to Johannesburg. But one thing that was nice, because of the size of this airplane, we were able to get up and walk around. So even though there were a lot of seats all the way across from end to end, you could see there were aisles, and here's a seating chart to show from another view. There were aisles that you could walk around in, and that's what people did. To make the flight bearable, they just took laps in the airplane whenever they felt they couldn't sit any longer, and so that definitely helped. When we arrived in South Africa, we were at our destination, the D'Oreal Hotel. This is a daytime view of it, but we didn't arrive in the daytime. We arrived at night, so this is more like the view that we saw when we had arrived. And it was quite beautiful, quite a luxurious hotel. Here's another view of the hotel at night, and even the inside and the registration desk was just beautiful. The people, of course, were very kind, and I couldn't help but ask how many languages they spoke, just because of my language acquisition background. And it was just amazing to me that everybody spoke at least 5 or 6 languages in addition to English. So once we checked in, we got to see our room, just beautiful. Also waiting for us was a bottle of champagne, which was a nice little touch. Our bathroom was also very nice. And here's a tip: if you're taking a long flight, just in case, keep a small travel bag with you on board, because we found out when we arrived in Johannesburg that our luggage was sent on ahead of us to Botswana, which we weren't going to until the next day. Well, it had been a long trip so far with little sleep, so we had some dinner at their rich restaurant. The food was just absolutely delicious, and it really hit the spot. After we finished eating, we returned to our room, got comfy in our bed, and got prepared for what was going to be our big journey that was really starting the very next day. I hope you'll join me for the continuation of our Africa trip. See you next time.